Hi, another Rokk here, and today I want to show you this beautiful Aurora Lights palette I just got from B&H Cosmetics. I showed you a little bit of it when I did the unboxing, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to swatch them for you, and then I'm going to show you how I got this look here that I achieved using the colors dry, so it's actually muted and subtle, which is not usually the look that I go for, but I want to show you that yes, you can get a soft look from these, and if you wet it, you just get it more vivid. So first I'm going to do the swatches, and let me take off my bracelets for that, because let's face it, they're gonna, and I hope that we don't have a bunch of noise in the background. I had to call the cops again on the dirt bags hanging out outside. Okay, I'm going to start with the lower level. Oh, I love the payoff on these, because you really can vary how intense the color is. Now these are going to look a bit different because I have to use all different sizes of brushes, so that might affect how some of them look, if they look more different than others, because the brushes I'm using to apply are different. These are really nice. I really think this is my new favorite palette. I never used to be a palette girl. I used to be a single shadow girl, because throughout the years I always built my collection through finding single shadows and colors that I love and that were on sale. I mean, why lie? But single pans, you get exactly the colors you want, and they're much less likely to break when you drop them, as opposed to the palettes, which can shatter, and once it crumbles, get on the floor, it's gone. You're sure not going to risk getting germs picking that up. Oh, I love this silver. Now, because I'm applying these wet, I did not use anything underneath them. Now, if anybody tries to interrupt the filming this time, I'm going to ignore it, even if my roommate tells me that the police are calling. Because when I called the police a few minutes ago to report some people blasting rap on the corner, I told them specifically, I reminded them that I have a landline, not a cell phone, and that the last time they called back and the phone rings in one of my roommate's bedrooms and woke her up, and she didn't realize that I was filming, and she knocked on my door and interrupted when I was filming, and that really made me mad. So I told the police that I was a YouTuber and that I can only film in the daytime, or in the nighttime rather, because that's when it's quietest. So, and even though I'm awake, my roommates are not, because my roommates keep more of a normal schedule. And one of them just got a job now, so he really needs his sleep. So we can't have police calling. And I wouldn't be bothering the police if I didn't have problems with certain inconsiderate aspects of society that happen to live in my neighborhood. Okay, you see what I did so far? I have the first 2 rows of this, the bottom rows rather. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, well, I'll do them all, but I'm going to show you what I have, just so you know what I have on my eyelids right now. This one is kind of in the crease. This one is in the inner corner. This one is on the lid. I used this on the brow bone. Okay. Well, I guess I'll still swatch them. Especially since I didn't use this little color here. I hope I'm not ruining the shadows by wetting the pan itself. I noticed a lot of YouTubers use those expensive fix sprays instead of water, and they wet the brush, but they don't actually wet the shadow itself. But I'm not going to spend $30 on a 1 ounce bottle of liquid of dubious benefit. Skip over to the blue one. Okay. Starting to run low on applicators here. Okay, for the white, I'm gonna put it on here, but since I'm white, I don't know if you can actually see it. Now, can you see these? Now I'll turn the light out so you see them without the light. These are the shadows from the Aurora Lights palette. Now I'm going to show you how I got the look that I'm doing right now on my eyes. First, I'm going to tie my hair back. Okay. You know, someday I'm going to have a real studio with a soundproof door and a light, a do not disturb light when I'm filming, so I can't be interrupted, because I'm tired of this happening. I post content 3 times a week. I'm filming 3 times a week, or actually I'm posting 3 times a week. Sometimes I'm filming more than that because sometimes I batch upload. I can't be having interruptions. Okay. This is my trusty coconut oil. And once again, I forgot a spoon or anything, so I'm going to have to use the end of this to take some out. Okay. See how it wets, it melts as soon as it touches my warm hand. You know what really bugs me, a couple of videos ago I saw when I was doing this, I smudged my eyebrow and I never fixed it, and one eyebrow looks twice the size of the other, and every time I look at that video it really annoys me. And I'm sure if it annoys me, it annoys you too, because whenever I see even somebody on QVC or HSN that's having makeup applied to them and they missed a spot that the person didn't blend or something, it kind of drives me nuts. And now I realize I'm not perfect. Listen to those people hooting and hollering outside, I'm telling you. Just so unhappy with having to put up with that crap. Okay, I'm going to use foundation on my eyelid. This is the foundation that I wore today. It's a little dark, but I want to use up my makeup, and I don't want to necessarily use my best stuff if I'm not really going out. And I never had time to try to go to any clubs tonight because I had to go in my garden. I had to film a video in my garden before I picked a bunch of things for dinner for the next couple of days. Okay, I have a nice coat. And now, if I was applying these shadows dry, I might not care about the coat that I have on my eyeshadow, on my eyelid, because when you have these baked shadows and you apply them wet, they stick very well to clean, dry skin. But when you're applying shadows dry, they really need something to grab onto. So, okay, with this look, I'm going to start with the brow bone color. Or no, I'm not. I'm going to start with the color I have in the crease. And I have to admit, when these are dry, they were a little more subtle than I had expected. But that's okay, because that means they're versatile and they're blendable. Now I'm just going to start sweeping. I love how iridescent they are. And this, of course, oh, you know what? Got it in the wrong color. Oh, can't believe I screwed up on that. Yes, you could tell this is live. And since I don't edit, you see mistakes and all. Okay. Taking this off. See, nobody's perfect, including me. Especially me. Alrighty. Okay, I used this color. All these colors have names. It's called Prismatic. And I'm sweeping that. Not quite on my brow bone, just over the crease. Listen to them hooting and hollering, so uncivilized. I mean, you gotta figure out that if there are buildings all around, 2- and 3-story buildings, even if there's storefronts underneath, there are buildings where people have apartments and people live. And people around here have such a lack of respect. Screaming at all hours. It's so annoying. Okay. Look at this blue. Look how it just touches on. It's so sparkly. I love it. In the inner corner, I used this gold that ironically is called sparkling. Now, I usually use brushes, but for one of these, I actually used a foam applicator. Tell me I can't find it now. Yes, you can definitely tell this is live. Okay, I'm going to reuse one of these. Now, see the darker purple here? Just the outer corner like this. I didn't bother with a liquid eyeliner with this because I wanted the shadows to speak for themselves. One thing I noticed when you apply them dry, sometimes the lid color will actually come off a little bit up here. I found that happened because I did not intend for the blue to be touching up here. I intended for the blue just to stay here. As you can see, it traveled during the time that I put it on. I put this makeup on around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I went in my garden around 6 o'clock, actually more close to 7 o'clock because it was starting to darken just a little bit. And I wanted to show off how my plants had grown, you know. And then I was going to do another video in the garden after that. They had nothing to do with gardening, but by that time it really had darkened up to a certain degree. Okay, I have some that came on up here that I don't want up here, so I'm using this brush here with nothing on it just to take the blue off that came up here. Now, I did add some white to the brow bone, and I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to touch it to the white here is ironically called ombre, which is a funny color for white if you ask me. You see, I'm just going to hit the brow bone just underneath my eyebrow. You want to be careful if you have color on your eyebrows. You have to be careful not to mix the white with your eyebrow color, or you will have a totally different color. In my case, it will end up with a pink color. But if you have your eyebrows a normal color, it'll just be either gray or a weird brown shade if you mix it. So just don't mix it. Now, let's see if I can find my mascara. Yes. For this look, I use my absolute current favorite non-waterproof mascara. It's the Fierce Volume Extreme, or no, Fierce Volume Extreme Mascara from B&H. Look at the brush. It looks a little dangerous, but let me tell you, you don't need a whole lot of passes to make it look like you have something on your lashes. As long as you don't accidentally hit the inner corner, it can come off on the lid. I'm definitely going to get a new one when this runs out. When they're on sale. B&H is a really great company, but one thing is their sales, everything doesn't go on sale at the same time. So like if there's a 30% off sale on makeup palettes, that doesn't mean their lipsticks or their mascaras or their foundations are also going to be on sale. And like some things can be 30% off and some things can be 10% off in different categories. It all depends. My favorite time to shop B&H is when they have free shipping minimums that are less than $50, because that way I can use my gift cards to purchase from them, and I much rather do that because that's actually how I buy my makeup. I have one of my day jobs, because I don't work normal jobs because I'm a showbiz person and I tend to work entertainment industry kind of jobs, but I do have a computer-based day job that involves doing meaningless menial tasks, And it doesn't make a lot of money, but it does make money that I get paid in gift cards, and that's how I buy my makeup. And that way I don't have to worry about budgets that are supposed to go to other things. And I got my skincare and makeup taken care of. So, what do you think? There are so many looks that you can go for this. And just imagine if I wet the shadows. You see how bright and vivid they are. What I love about this palette is it doesn't waste your time with a bunch of neutrals. It doesn't waste your time with a bunch of mattes. It just has bright, beautiful, shimmery eyeshadows. So I could definitely take this if I went someplace for like 2 weeks, if I went someplace for a month. I could see carrying this as my only eyeshadow. I really could. You know, just bring some lipsticks and some eyeliner and some brow color and something for cheeks and something for a highlighter. And I figure I could use this and my blacklight highlight palette and I'm good to go. If you want to see my lipstick, I'll show you which one I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm using this up too. It's a Katy Cat matte and it's called Cosmo Kitty. And it's getting down to, I like it because it's kind of lavender. And it's a little lighter than the lipsticks I usually wear, but I like having my repertoire. Okay, now you have just one look out of the Aurora Lights palette. If you love your bright shimmery colors, you really should get it because it's my favorite of their palettes. I think I might like this better than the Take Me Back to Brazil one, even though I haven't swatched that out yet or played with it. Okay, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. Hit that bell and you'll know when I make my upload. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for your viewing pleasure. And I'd love to have you join my family. Till then, see you soon. Bye.